Okay, we're going to do something that hasn't been done yet, and that is to read a story that was written for a trilogy of novels by yours truly and my fellow conspirator, Kevin Henry, many, many moons ago. It's called The Keeper of the Flower, and it was penned in a language that we wrote, very similar to Anglo-Saxon and Old West Norse, entitled Nordunn. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read the story and then read the Nordunn as well. Now, years ago, I had penned this all out in calligraphy and so on and so forth. I will not be reading this, but kind of goes on and on. I'll be reading from this. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. Once in days of yore there lived a king, loved of the people. He, a giver of glory and protection, was embraced by the realm. The king had a daughter named Lillian, great in beauty. It came to pass that the king fell violently sick, and day upon day worsened. Lillian came to his bedside, driven through with sadness. The king spoke, quote, "Lillian, my child, you are the apple of my eye and the flower of my heart. Excuse me. Please understand I am dying." Everyone in the realm sought a cure for the king's ailment, but to no avail. Lillian had an inner sadness. Now in Nordunn. Eens in Kaldagum, der Angusien a kinning, lufe of the kin. Hier beagiffer of Wateun helm, was fathem. Beide Dunreich, de kunning agene dotter nam Lillian. Unleitelen bereitness, degem stigem, de kinnig fell fjord sick, und deum upon deum Ephilian. Lillian steppen da die redesil thrudrien med fatum brak. The king sprak, "Lillian, mein Nullen, du are die Guteren oft min Sigrun und die innere bliss of min fatum. Bitte fatum ikiom throwung, alles kin in die Dunreich, sockene hell für die Kinningsgrief, ach da nus gutlich, Lillian haben und ihren Sorg." Night after night she mourned in bed. One dark night she heard someone at the door. She answered the door, and before her stood an old woman. The woman spoke, quote, "Maiden, an old saying speaks of a land in the mountain mist. It is the path to cure sickness. None except the iron brave and the stout of heart take that path. Glad at heart," Lillian answered the call. "I embrace the struggle," spoke the girl. "I will conquer the deadly embrace. Many thanks, grandmother." And with that she acquired the quest. A bright moon stretched over the land. Glad of heart, Lillian sprang forth with an iron will and a stout heart. "And so it shall be," she spoke to the night. Nacht efter nacht be morgen redasil. Ein dimme Nacht, hio harn hwa ute knock. Heo answered the knock und wift foren high. Standen in Eldwife, die Duna sprak. Megden, e fjern segen sprak of a londa en die londa verbogelmist. Et is de steppen half se orken. Nus nefne in iron willen undis with mode. Taken de steppen. Good Vietnam, and Lillian answered the hula. Ik Vietnam de stria, sprak de stulka. Willem offergano de wellethmum. Forgive you, ama. Met dat heel ger de stria, e bright mona, danan de londa, goed vetnom. Lillian sprang met een iron wamba und es with mode, with weerbefulla rad, heel sprak, da he nacht voorden. Upward and away she traveled. One day she approached a clearing within a forest. A wolf and a bearded elf struggled together. Exhausted and cut down, he cried out. All looked grim. Lillian's wrath increased, and she sprang forth, cursing and rebuking the wolf. She drove away the dark walker, and Lillian, towering in battle, laughed. She helped the bearded elf to his feet. He bowed down to her and rejoiced. Bright-haired maiden of light, you have acquired a glorious treasure. The bearded elf blessed Lillian and embraced her. I give you a shield, helmet, and a coat of mail, fit for a shield maiden. I name you woman of joy and slayer of wickedness. This is my oath. Lillian spoke. Thank you, thank you. May the sun follow you with him. And with that, she returned to her quest. Time passed, and the days grew dark. A cold storm descended down from the mountains and possessed Lillian in its wrathful embrace. Upwarden onweg, heo jag. Eindag heo geheld e midde withinen, a wuda. E woga unde labga bea konelf straja. De unfäga våga was slittung de langa beo kolelf. Hagaren heon hi heto, alle lockrima. Lillian femon gen und heo sprang, sommend und breota de volga. Heo draftan de sked und genga, und Lillian heto steap halof. Heo fun langus de afred, lange beo konelf, uppenstanden. Han abag, und da heo und bläs. Breit hero megden of gast, du haft ger e reikhår. De lange beo kelf bläts Lillian, und fetnum heo. Gifo du an engel, rotta garkun und e heirapad, fjör ei engelmegen. Hulero, duna oft gladen und offen und unreit, das ist mein Weirbein. Lillian sprach, forgive you. De bandbreit abflog du withinian. Und mit dat hio efter kime du hera stria. Kuldeg bestanan und se degum fjuldema. E kullsteiga stindes de. Londe farbogas. Und mit Lillian in hitsfetem Lillian stria with the farbogas genstilian ipian. Okay. And all looked grim. Her strength considered decay. Suddenly there was a light. Brighter and brighter it grew, driving away the harbinger of evil. Lillian grew weak, watched the three beings of light encircle her. A grip of terror was driven away, and Lillian rejoiced, glad of heart. Thank you for my health, said Lillian. Who are you? We are the beings of light, answered. The beings of light answered, we are all. We are the ancient and the other ones. We fought the deadly embrace for your stout heart. We rejoice in your stout heart, maiden, and present you with a gift. The beings of light gave Lillian a sword, forged in the fire of the morning by an ancient craftsman. It was Death Blow, the sword of light. The beings of light rejoiced. Take the sword and travel swiftly north. There you will find an ancient fortress. Inside the fortress is the flower of life. Alle grima und heo iron a refinde brostnien. Allenes there was a light, bright open bright ich kan, braf Sunday stum krauen of dimimor. Lillian still in wicca, wakande ustir, Leo talfes bifon he. The fang of Demi Borga was drafen. Und gut Vätum, Lillian bless. Forgive you, sprach Lillian, forgive for the health. Juan Sindu, the Leotaus answered with Sindala, with Sinde Kalda und Iron Eins. Und Stria, the Werewolfum, für Eos with Mode. Blessen en Eos with Mode Magnum und gif du a Jirpe. De leoft elfs gif Lillian en Edgebright. Reik Fiera en de Fiera of de Morgen, oft a cold saga smita. Hit was der slog, de Edgebright of Light. De Leutelf sprach, vang de Edgebreik und jogs with the Nord. Herre, du willkommen dort de cold care, and the care is in ribliss of water. Listen, an evil sorceress guards that flower. Take the flower and your father will survive. Lillian wept with joy. She took the sword, death blow, and embraced her quest. True north she traveled, autumn turned into the depths of winter, and the winds drove through her decorated armor and garments. All looked grim. And so it shall be, she said. Suddenly, she was startled by a roar. It was an immense bear, weary and exhausted. The poor beast was within the grasp of a hideous chain. Lillian's stout heart conquered the day, and she touched the great bear. To her surprise, the bear began to weep. I am so sad that you weep, said Lillian. She too began to weep and embraced the bear. The bear spoke. Thank you, kind maiden. Your mercy has healed my sad heart. I was not always a bear. Once in days of yore, I was a nobleman. I traveled for my suffering brother. Each day he grew worse. One day I gathered the flower of life in my grasp, but alas, the evil hell harbinger cursed me into a bear. The hurt bear wept. Do not weep, bear, consoled Lillian. I will bless you and help you. And with that she grasped the sword of light, death blow, and cut down into the chain. Hets. Mordweldinga geborgs en innerbliss. Vang de innerblist und du Väter Willem get beiden. Lillian dunne way up med gladen. Te kanna de Edgebright daar slagen Vätnum histraja. Treod north heo jag. Haust timen in få the gundum of Wertu und de left du dreifen hifretwe und flesh biokon alla jogrima. Wir befularad heosprach. Alenas hilfs was astred befumen hula. Hit was an ugamettlik brand. Bergen hagad. De såg brand was de vittnen de thing of en onfäge iron bethem. Alle lokrima aliens with more of a gang. De dagam und hio hrinst de onlight of brand. Heo fortum de bran ikon duniwa. Ikiom sortat du duniwa, sprak Lillian. Heo gicken duniwap und festem de brand sprach. Forgifubles meden, jolist hasa reik fiera fethum, med sogr fethum, ich was nux alea brand, ansan koldegam ich was en eldöme. Ich jag för meine troven brod alles degem hi gefilien. Ein degem ik gar door de inner bliss of watte un midfeng. Nus goed look. De moord hakstum kraun samen bien to brand. De daru brand duniwap. Nus de weo brand lar lilien. Ik wil hem blitz du un fulanges du. Und mit dat, hio fang the edge bright of light. Der slog und hewen into the iron fathom. She released the bear. I rejoice in your stout heart, maiden. I give you my word, my oath of fealty. Speak, and it will spring forth. Lillian spoke. Take me to the fortress of the baleful monster. I must acquire the flower for my father's health. The bear spoke. It is my glad joy to travel and conquer with you. We will spring forth, maiden. And with that, the duo took up the fights. Over the hills into the sun and moon, the girl and bear traveled. One day, the duo found a fortress in the flower in the mountains. Glad of heart, the bear and the maiden walked into the castle property. There in the midst was the flower of life. The duo encircled the honey vessel of glorious treasure and touched the flower. Suddenly, a wicked laugh sprang from the fortress. A woman cloaked in evil began to speak. You seek the flower of life, but you will not take it. Hero sprang de brand, forgive you sprak de brand. Ik bless en does with mood, maiden. Ik gif du min weird med weird bind dreik vira. Sprak und hit Willem sprang. Lillian sprak, take mek und de care of de belg werk. Ik Willem geren in bliss voor mijn vaders help. Die Brand sprach, es ist mein gladen Best jagd und offeren mit du. Willem sprang med dem, und mit dat die twier tekam de straja, of altons und bernbreit und mona die Stücke und die Brandjag. Ein Degam de teir funden de kar op de inre bliss. Goed fetum, de brand und die megdem jagen to de ker jirpe. Daar in de mist was de inre bliss op dressil. De twier bevonden hunigbina of rijkhor und hrins de inre bliss. Allenest in onreit halaf hula de declare, duna flashbeoken in mog sprak. Du zeg the inner bliss of the rasil, du willem nus taken it. The star of life is mine. And with that she increased in size and grew into a mighty dragon. Immense and wrathful, the hideous dragon sprung upon the bear, tearing and rending and biting. The bear and the dark walker fought and struggled until the dragon cut down and conquered the bear, all a grim. The evil dragon, towering in battle, fell upon Lillian and gripped the maiden in a deadly embrace. The stout-hearted girl cursed the dragon and stabbed the sword, death blow into the belly depths of the sorceress. The broken monster screamed a battle cry and fell slain. Willem sprang Magden und mit dat die teertrekkende stria. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Die Sigrun of Dressil is mech, und mit dat heo iken into the weru strango draken, ungemettlich und jeremod. Die onerfarge draken sprang up in the brand, slitting the brand und the shadowgänge stria. De draken heon en offeren de brand, de moorddraken heel step. fell upon Lillian, und fang die Mägden with the well wolfdom. Die Swithmod Stuckelstamme, die Drachen und Reak de Bahnbreit, der Schlag unter de Wom Gunden auf de Wellduna, de Breitgrämer Beckmorn und get dem Nacht, Duni werpen viel Heroin. The heroine cried with joy. The countless wrongdoing fell with the sorceress. Lillian turned to the bear and with sad love wept on the battlefield. Her tears honored the fallen bear. Lillian mourned and stretched over her hearth friend. Suddenly, a man spoke. Do not cry, maiden, I belong to life. It was the bear. The evil curse fell with the oath-kin betrayer, Hell Harbinger. I am a man, he announced. Glad and full of joy, the man Lillian embraced, kissed, and belonged to one another. The duo gathered the flower of life, returned home. The kingdom rejoiced upon Lillian's return. The deadly embrace of the king was driven out, and Lillian became the man's bride. Happiness and joy encircled the land, and Lillian became the protector of the flower. And so it shall be. The end. De Theoden halaften Duniwap mit Gladen und Gern und Reitesfell mit de Weldunge. Lillian treinende Brand und mit Solgulfe Duniwap. Hitaga tirtet Theolbrand. Lillian Beckmorn und betanen ho hart beyond. Holliness I dunsbrak. Nåd Duniwap meden. Gebaja nådresil. It was the brand. The mord wir bind well. Fail med the wir bin kin beswaktak. Hakstom krauen. Ikjomadun hihola. Gladen de dun in Lillian fetum kissath. Und gebien in wortes. De twer gern in innerbliss of the resil und eft kime huni hogi. De dun reik bliss open Lillians efkime. De wele wolfdom et de kinning was drapen. Und Lillian was de duns bride. Bliss befon de landa und Lillian was the Geburt of the inner bliss. Wir befollarad sothliche. And that is the Protector of the Flower. Composed many, many years ago for a trilogy entitled the Soulforge Saga. And Sir Henry, if you are listening, we need to do something about the publication of that. Until then.